Welcome, guys, to Carroll's Corner MMA podcast. I'm Kyle Carroll. This is brought to you by MyMMAnews.com, also MMA Tees. So make sure you get your T-shirts, as I got mine on right now. I got more coming. Definitely go check it out online and buy a shirt to support the podcast. But after we're done paying the bills, we got Allie on today and we got Bobby on. How you guys doing?
What's going on, guys?
Good. What's up?
I'm glad to have you guys on. Bobby, you got a show coming up. September 18th on a Sunday, as always. Tell us a little bit about this fight card you got coming together.
We got a very good card, very stacked. 3 title fights, professional main event, which is kickboxing, which is Dominic Biondo, who's a well-known MMA fighter and kickboxer, versus Dominic Breen, who's making his pro kickboxing debut. Craziest thing is Dominic Breen owns Shaolin Boxing in Staten Island. He actually has 20-something amateur boxing fights, and this could be the well-known veteran Dominic Biondo, the kicker, I guess you want to call him the kicker, versus the boxer. I mean, hands versus feet, I guess that's what they come down to, whoever uses the game plan, because Breen definitely doesn't have any experience with the kick, so it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Tell us a little bit about putting together the matchup. You do a phenomenal job putting together fights where these guys are equally matched. They get in there, they put on a great show for the fans. They're packing Mulcahy's, as we're here at Mulcahy's Pub and Concert Hall in Wantar. But you do a great job. What's without giving away, I guess, your secrets in the business, but how hard is it putting together one of these cards?
It's hard. I've been doing this for almost 13 years now, promoting shows, and it doesn't get easier. It only gets harder. But there's a formula to the matchmaking, and throughout the years, I got it down to a science. But I still don't sleep, that's for sure. I definitely don't sleep.
Well, you're definitely, I think, the longest lasting and longest actively running promotion on Long Island, probably maybe even in the tri-state area.
Definitely in Long Island. We're the longest running promotion in Long Island, for sure.
Now, Allie, you're a ring girl for Bobby. Tell us a little bit about what it's like to, walk a show, hold the cards for the show. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, when I first started doing it, I was a little bit intimidated because it's a lot. All eyes on you. The fans are cheering, all of that. But now I love it. I love the energy of the crowds, especially Bobby shows. Like, the crowds are the best. They cheer you on. It's a good experience. I love it.
Absolutely. Definitely bring class to the ring card girl union.
Thank you.
I guess tell us a little bit, how did you get into being a ring card girl? What made you want it? What attracted you to it?
Well, I've always loved boxing and MMA. I would always watch the UFC fights, the boxing fights, and I would look at the girls and say, I would love to do that because I've always done a little bit of modeling on the side. Eventually, I think I just mustered up the courage to go for it, and I emailed every single person that I could. I messaged everyone on Instagram. Finally, I got a show, and from there, everything kind of just snowballed. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. And you said you're a singer. You said you did some modeling. How does singing and modeling, I guess, kind of have you done any intros with the Star Spangled Banner or anything like that?
I haven't, no. You know what? Singing for me, even though I've done it for so long, it's very intimidating to get up and sing the national anthem. That's one of the most difficult songs to sing. So I'm not there yet, but maybe one day.
Okay.
That's going to be November 20th when England comes here, because we definitely need someone to sing.
Yes.
Yeah, when England comes. So you're on the spotlight. November 20th.
So you just, is that the announcement? They're coming November 20th?
Oh, England's coming November 20th.
Oh, that's awesome. Last time they came, this place was just absolutely nuts. The English fans over there were awesome online and everything and supporting the show. And they brought some tough guys like the Owen brothers, the Evans brothers, excuse me.
But I think that gives Allie some time. November 20th when England.
You practice the Star Spangled Banner, yeah. The national anthem.
That's it.
Bob, you put me on the spot.
You're on the spot. That's it.
Tell us a little bit about that card, Bobby. What you got going on with that?
As you guys know, we have Jackhammer Promotions UK. So we run a promotion obviously in England. with Chris Bladden, my partner over there, and he runs great shows. So we were supposed to have American Invasion over there, but due to COVID, it was a headache. It was really a headache.
I believe it.
Yeah, trying to figure out how to get everyone there. So we're gonna go back with English Invasion 4, which will be November 20th here at Mulcahy's. So they're gonna bring in a good team, and England always brings fighters that they're down to fight.
Yeah, they
do. They're definitely game.
They kept relentless pace last time. Danny Ochar was one of them who fought one of the Evans brothers, and I went camping with him, and we're fly fishing. We're talking about that fight. He goes, that dude was just relentless. He goes, he just came with everything.
The Evans brothers are, Zach especially. Owen's like, sometimes you overlook Owen. Owen's a great fighter. But Zach is, my guy Elvis. We flew out to England, and my guy Elvis fought Zach, and Zach is just the kid's a stud. I mean, that kid has everything going for him. But now he made the right decision. He got away from kickboxing. He's just boxing. That's what the money is, and I think he can make some money because that kid legit has some skill.
How hard is it for guys? Because I've seen MMA a lot, Bobby. These guys, they kind of do a little of everything: kickboxing, MMA, boxing, BJJ. It's a little something, and they all come from like a certain path. But how hard is it to kind of like get away from doing everything and just kind of focus on one thing and kind of figure out what you're good at?
The problem is being a fighter. It sucks. Money sucks. You think you're gonna become famous and you think you're gonna get all this money, and it's not there unless you're the top 5% making money. Other than that, you ain't making money. So that's why these guys jump to every. If they could get a boxing fight, make some money. They get an MMA fight. They get bare knuckle boxing, which is getting huge now, and a lot of people have been jumping to that because they're paying the guys more. I think it just comes down to fighters like to fight, but they want money. So it's a hard career, very hard career.
You're a guy who's 7-time world champion in kickboxing, Bobby. What was one of the greatest things about your career throughout? I know you got the itch to keep getting in there, but tell us a little bit about like what was the best part of your career?
The best part of my career was I would say training. I love training for a fight. I love sparring. I'm back to sparring now because there might be talks of one more fight, but sparring's always the best, and just training. You feel great when you're training. But I had a great career. I fought professional since I was 19 years old, so it was a great career, and no regrets. Got to fight at Madison Square Garden twice. At the Garden, not the theater, at the Garden. So I fought all over the world. So
that's a big difference. The Garden from the theater.
The Garden and the theater,
hugely different.
At the Garden twice. Yeah, great experience.
That's badass. Ali, as your career progressed, what are your goals for this?
I just want to continue to do it, get as many jobs as I can. It's something I really love to do, and I put a lot of effort into it. I train as if I'm training to fight because I want to look my best. I want to present myself the best that I can. So I just want to continue this wherever it takes me. If it takes me, UFC one day, that would be amazing. If not, I love what I'm doing right now, so.
Is it important to you to bring, I guess, because you do, I believe, bring like a set of like a level of class to it, where a lot of times, for lack of a better word, people just get strippers and they're just in there and they're looking like Storm from X-Men or something else. Tell us how important is it to you for like a level of class?
When I go out there, I like to represent who I am as a person. So I try to hold myself with as much class as possible. It is a job that is seen as, I would be seen, in a sexy way. I have to wear small clothing and things are, sticking out a little bit, but it's still representing myself. So I try to keep it as classy as possible.
Now, when it comes to family and support, I can understand people not always getting the support they deserve for what they're doing. Is that something you kind of get pushback on from family, friends, anything like that?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot over the last few months about it. Of course, from family, it's difficult for them to see me in that light. Some friends are not supportive of it, but I keep my circle very small now, and the people that do support me, I take them with me. I take them with me. I feel like surrounding yourself by a good supportive group of people is important, even though it might not be everybody that has been in my life or everybody that I've loved. But even if it's just a few people, you know, you got to get your support where you can.
Absolutely. Do you come from a big family, or
I do?
You do?
Big Italian family.
Big Italian family.
Yeah, there's
so.
a million of us.
Sunday dinners and stuff.
Oh, yeah, always.
What's the go-to on the Sunday dinner?
Pasta, meatballs, all the fixings.
Oh, you're making me hungry right now.
Chicken cutlets. I'm still working on my sauce, but yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the key to a good sauce?
That's a good question. The tomatoes. You got to use the right tomatoes.
It's got to be the right tomatoes. Are you growing them in your backyard?
My family does it. We actually just made tomato sauce. We do like 1 million jars of them.
No, where do you guys put them all? Like in the cabinet,
basement.
under the couches and stuff?
Yeah, something like that.
Just stuffing sauce away for next year and a couple of years later?
Oh, yeah. And it lasts the whole year. So
the whole year?
Yeah.
That's
how many jars we make.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, does every jar taste the same?
Yes.
It does.
Pretty much, it does, yeah.
How many jars is that for the whole year?
I was just about to ask.
You have to see like this. I'll send you guys a picture. The storage in the basement is unreal. You have to like keep it covered, keep it at a certain temperature.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it lasts.
Now, I'm Irish and German, so like spaghetti sauce is good, but I don't know if it's as good as like restaurant style. Although my mom does make a mean spaghetti sauce for an Irish woman. So yeah, Bobby, what about you? What kind of background you come from?
I'm Scottish and Italian.
All right. So you're making meatballs and pasta too?
Well, I used to. Not now.
Now, as a fighter, cutting weight, that's got to be difficult, trying to figure out holidays and stuff, because I know a lot of guys, their fights either land on Christmas or their holiday and around the holidays, Thanksgiving especially. How difficult is that, like, when you're competing?
Oh, it sucks.
Especially on a professional level.
Yeah, it sucks. Let me tell you something. I love cannolis. Let me tell you something. That was like, once I retired, that was like my go-to every day.
Crushing them.
Which crushed them like crazy, yeah. So, yeah, I'd rather eat, you know. Weight sucks.
Now, I got a cool one. I ran into you at the Miller's Inn a few years ago. That was for my parents' anniversary dinner. What did you get for dinner there?
I think I went to the buffet. I think it was a buffet.
Oh, you did a buffet. All right.
Everything.
Nice.
Like
that sounds pretty damn good.
I love buffets. I was probably huge back then because I wasn't getting ready for the fight. Yeah.
I think I got the duck that night, which was pretty phenomenal.
That place is good.
The Long Island duck. What's that?
I love that place. Rocky loves that place.
That place is great. My dad's been going there since he was a kid. When he went there, if you didn't have a tie, they gave you a tie and a jacket.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now people do like everyone at my table, I think, had a shirt and tie on and everything. My dad's like, if we're going, you have to wear a shirt and tie.
Oh yeah.
But now everyone just comes however. But how times change, right?
Yeah, big time. Oh my god.
Now, I'm sure as a ring girl, you're saying you want to present yourself a certain way. Cooking, eating, like the diet part's got to be difficult as well, right?
It is, yeah.
Especially hearing how much tomato sauce you guys just made.
And how much food we always have. But I keep it very strict during the week. Always grilled chicken, vegetables. I'm always on a very strict, I don't want to call it diet. I just eat very healthy. And then my weekends, I go in. I'm eating all day, every day. Saturday.
What's going in? What are you diving into?
Always pasta, chicken cutlets.
I love chicken cutlets.
A good steak and potatoes. Sweets. I'm big on donuts. I just go for it on the weekends. Yeah, so
just diving in and tackling it.
I just dive right in. Yeah, I can't wait for my weekends.
There you go. Now, do you guys call it gravy or sauce? So I've heard if you're calling it sauce, it's not real Italian sauce. Yeah. It's gravy.
So the Esposito side of my family calls it gravy, and the Sorrentino side calls it sauce. So there's a little bit of a battle there.
Oh.
Wait, is one side Sicilian, one's not?
Yes. Yeah, he knows. There you go.
All right, so there's a difference. Sicilians call it gravy or sauce?
Sauce.
Okay.
And my Napolitan side called it gravy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And same with you?
My grandma is, how do you say it?
Napolitan?
Yeah, that's my grandma is 100%. Like, yells it, calls Sicilians bad names and stuff. Like, yeah, it's actually funny to hear her talk.
That's too funny. Bobby, I believe you have the fight card in front of you. Tell us a couple more fights that we should be looking out for, because you, like I said, you could do a great job getting these young guys that are climbing the ladder and a lot of potential.
We have a good rematch. We have Mackenzie Hedden versus Zach Lowell.
Oh, okay.
Which ended last time they fought kickboxing rules. Zach Lowell's known as an MMA fighter, but they wound up fighting kickboxing rules, and Mackenzie Hedden wound up getting a knockout in the third round. Now the tides have changed, and it's an MMA fight.
Okay.
So kind of even the playing field. So I wonder what's going to happen. And it's for the vacant 205-pound Jackhammer Promotions MMA title.
All right, so that should be definitely should be a good battle.
Hungry, yeah. And then we have Delon Matthews versus Johnny Pereira. You know, Matthews fought CJ Louis, fight of the night. Now he's getting a shot at the ISK title, taken on 4 weeks' notice against Johnny Pereira. And we all know Johnny Pereira is definitely a fan favorite, and he's
been around for a while.
He's also a two-time champion kickboxing and MMA. So this is I think he wants to turn pro eventually. So this is going to be a good matchup. Then we also have the bantamweight MMA title, Jacob Martin, who scored a 10-second knockout in his last fight, which is he's scored an uppercut knockout, but he's really known as a wrestler, and he's fighting Jonathan Carroll, who's 3-1. So it's gonna be a good bantamweight championship. So I'm looking forward to that fight. Then we also got my sparring partner Mark Sinatra making his kickboxing debut, who has a lot of experience boxing, but he is making his kickboxing debut. We look for the fight for the belt, the second fight. I really wanted to fight for the belt the first fight. It's hard to match him up when I'm like, yo, dude's good, never kicked before, but the dude's really good. He's really, really good. So I look forward to his match.
Now, fight night, I laugh because I'm always trying to get you in the chair for a few minutes to talk about the fights, but you're running around with your head cut off doing everything a promoter has to do for the fight to continue and move smoothly. And I know ISK is the sanctioning body, the third-party sanctioning body, and they do a great job helping you out and running things smoothly.
Yeah, they do a good job. Everyone does a great job. You know, like Allie, when I came in today and said hi, Allie, I never even really talked to her before because I'm always talking to everyone. I really have no clue what's going on there. To be honest, there's too much going on. But everyone always does their job great. So we have a great team. You know, that's the best thing is the team knows what to do. Everyone here, he's there's not much on me anymore day of the show. It used to be all on me. Now it's like everyone knows their job and they do it great.
That's awesome. So that means we got to get you in that chair next to me a little bit more often.
I think,
enjoy those fights.
I got 3 fighters on the show, but they're all fighting early. So I think the main card is very good. The main card is fire. So I can't wait for the main card. So maybe I'll join the share with you. This is the main card.
Awesome. Do you guys got any funny stories? I know you're sitting on the other side, Allie, for the last fight with the other ring card girl, and do you what is it? What's the fan atmosphere like? Because I hear that they get real tight to the ring over there and yelling, and they're loud and they're crazy. Well, what is it like, the atmosphere on that side?
It's wild for sure. The fans are awesome. I have to say that. But, of course, when their people are in the ring, they get right up close. They're screaming all kinds of crazy shit. It's amazing now. It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
To listen to what's going on behind us.
Let's be honest. What is because a couple of times the ring card girls get splashed with blood.
Yeah.
What is the worst thing, if you don't mind saying, that someone said something to you? Like they had
I'm sure someone's yelled something inappropriate.
Say something stupid. There has to be stupid things being said.
Absolutely.
Can I get your number? I don't know. Something stupid has to be said.
Yeah. One sticks out. One memory. Someone was making crazy comments about my feet.
Your feet?
My feet. Oh, bro, look at her feet. Look how hot they are. I swear to God, I was what is going on right now? What conversation is this?
Your feet. So now you're going to be wearing Jordans in there.
Exactly.
See, that's the stuff you never know.
No, I would never.
You can't tell when it's going on.
No.
But, she would know because they're yelling at her.
Yes.
Now, I know people do yell some crazy things.
I can imagine.
I've been in Indiana for a fight, and as I walk in, there's this guy who's got the hand wraps on. I'm like, oh, this must be a fighter. Smoking a cigarette right before he's fighting. I'm like, there's no way this guy's actually fighting. He's just put these on. And sure enough, he's in there fighting and whatnot. He gets his ass kicked. But after right outside with another smoke, having a heater, I was like, it's ridiculous what you see across the country. And that was years ago. That was probably 2012.
Different
So,
states, different countries.
oh yeah,
Crazy.
different countries. I could only imagine.
I fought in Scotland, and they told me they switched the weigh-ins or whatever, and we weighed in, and they told me what time they could pick me up for the fight. And then they said, "Oh, just letting you know, the crowds would be real hostile towards you." And I go, "All right, what time to get there? I got my own dress." I'm like, "Yeah." I get there, we pull up. The whole crowd's yelling at me when I got out of the car, the taxi to get into the building, yelling, flipping out, cursing me out. I'm just like, "Oh my God, okay, this is."
They mean business.
Yeah, I'm like, this is weird. Yeah, very hostile over there. I'm like, "Do I have to see the doctor?" Like, no. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yes, we just wrap the hands. Anyone signing off? No. Okay, putting the gloves on. Anyone gonna watch us put the gloves on? No. We fight in 12 rounds for world title.
No one's checking.
No one's checking anything. I'm like, all right. Get you a little nervous about what's going on in the other dressing room.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Sliding a couple bricks in there.
Yeah, oh my God. You never know, yeah. I fought in Wisconsin. That was scary.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, I lived in Wisconsin for a while. That's where I started doing all this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I fought in Wisconsin. I fought this guy who was the champ, and I wound up dropping him with a body shot in round 1. And I stopped him in round 6, and he's on the floor. And I go back to the corner, and the whole crowd's yelling, "F New York, go back to New York." So I was confused. I didn't do anything wrong, but then
they're passionate up there.
Yeah, but then stupid me, in the heat of the moment, I was confused. I didn't do anything wrong, so I went like this. It was so they were getting so loud, and I didn't do anything.
Too much cheese in their blood.
I was confused, and then so the whole time they announced me as the winner, the whole crowd was chanting, "F New York, F New York." So we're leaving the ring, and my buddy's there with his New York hat backwards, and he's not understanding the numbers game. We're gonna die here.
Yep.
So I'm pushing him, he's walking all slow, and they're all screaming at me. I got in the dressing room. They kicked open the dressing room. They had to get security.
Jesus.
In the dressing room. Yeah.
Where in Wisconsin was this? Was it Milwaukee or?
I gotta check. The poster's hanging up in my gym.
Oh, I think that was the one you were in with the Oshkosh, right?
No clue.
I feel like it was Oshkosh.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that poster, and I was like, oh shit, he was in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I think it might be Oshkosh, which is kind of rural, but it's close to Green Bay, close to Milwaukee.
Oh, really?
Just farms all around.
So at the end of the night, I was at the hotel and went to the bar at the hotel. And when I walked in, the guy's name was Heater, and they were chanting, "Heater, Heater." And I'm just like, maybe we should leave the bar. And everyone's like, no. And I'm like, I don't know. Later on, I went to the vending machine, 3 o'clock in the morning. They got a Snickers. And then people were yelling, "Heater." And I'm like, man, I got to get the hell out of this place.
Yeah.
It's scared for my life.
I remember I went to fight up north in Wisconsin, 5 hours to a fight on an Indian reservation. It was at a casino. They're like, "Oh, don't leave the casino." After one of the gyms were like, "Hey, we're going across the street for drinks and whatnot. Come for we'll get you." Me and my buddy Jomar were like, "All right, let's go." Biggest mistake ever. And my buddy is Puerto Rican. The racial slurs that coming out towards both of us was just insane. And before you know it, there's 6 cops because there's a fight. I'm like, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
we had to trot back to the hotel, but it was insane.
Yeah.
They just wanted to rumble. And what saved us, I think, the one time was I had a video of the one kid from the reservation with a head kick knockout. And he's like, "Oh, this is awesome. They're okay." But still, they were coming up and saying some things they should not be said.
Sometimes you never know. Scary sometimes in different states, different countries. Rules don't really matter.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Have you ever traveled much, Allie?
Yeah, I travel, but for vacation.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not traveling to get into a cage and rumble with anyone?
No, definitely nothing like that. Even though I think they would show me love because I'm not fighting on either side. I'm kind of like the neutral one. But
touche. Yeah, you're definitely the neutral corner.
Yeah, I like to travel for just pleasure. I've been to probably every island. I've been
except Long Island, right?
Long Island, I spend so much time now because of the fights.
Yeah.
I feel like this is my home now.
You been to England?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
There we go.
My aunt used to live there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she married a British man. So they lived there for 10 years. So I went twice to visit. They live here in the States now, but my cousins have British accents.
I was
and
to say,
everything.
can you understand? I fight a lot of guys from England, do a lot of business with people from England. A lot of times they talking to me, I'm just like,
yeah.
Come again? Come again?
Where they come from. Sometimes the accents are so
strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, Well, we're going to have a lot of people from England coming in November. So you could talk to them.
Well, I wonder what they would say about my accent, how bad my accent is.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're not going to understand what I'm
Yeah, you got that definitely New York City accent.
Yeah.
I do.
Big time.
I try to curb it a little bit, but I have like the Brooklyn side of my family and the Staten Island side. So it's like a mix of both of those.
It's funny because when I lived in Wisconsin, everyone's like, "Oh, you got an accent. You got an accent." I'm like, "No, I don't. You do."
Exactly.
But then I come back and my parents are like, "Oh, you got a bit of a Wisconsin accent." I'm like, "What are you talking about? I do not." But yeah, it's always fun to travel. I've never left the country. That's something I definitely want to do soon and definitely the near future. Even if I'm on a white sandy beach by myself, I don't care as long as there's a drink in my hand.
Or you can go to Jackhammer Promotions UK.
I will go. Yeah, I'm down to go. Absolutely. So tell us a little bit more about how you organize something overseas. I know you guys have Jackhammer just took place in England, and then now you have them coming over here. That's got to be a lot of work.
Let me tell you something, a lot more work than people realize. And when I tell my friends, I'm like, yo, I'm really thinking about getting a minivan. And they like laugh at me. I'm like, no, because like when these people come in from our state, our country, it's a lot easier to move them around.
Absolutely.
If I had a minivan. And like people think I'm really thinking about getting a minivan because, it's easy. Because when England comes, oh my God, just shuffling these guys around it's a lot. It's a lot, And, last time when I came out of retirement, I fought the guy from Canada. Same thing with him. Got to shuffle him around, And I'm fighting. I got to worry about him getting Ubers to go here. It was a nightmare. Stuff like that's hard. People don't realize that, especially because I fought on my own promotion 3 times. It's a lot of work,
Yeah, especially when you're fighting,
Yeah, and plus, like, the guy from Canada, it was just me dealing with him. So I got to deal with the guy who I'm fighting. It's like a nightmare. He had to get, a COVID, like a special COVID test, and like I'm dealing with him the day of the fight. And I'm like, bro, we're gonna fight later. I really don't want to talk to you right now, but like as a businessman, I got to talk to him the whole time. Yeah. So it's definitely different. So doing the shows is a nightmare. And then just the ring card girls. You realize everything. There's so many things involved in a thing, and Crystal, just had her second baby, so she was our head ring card girl for. I don't know, Crystal been with me for what? 7, 8 years. Yeah, 7, 8 years. So now, Allie's, that's it. It's our top dog right here.
Crystal's on the IR, and here comes Allie.
Here comes Allie.
Yeah, the young buck swinging.
Swoop right in, yep. Swoop right in and take her spot as the head ring card girl. That's it. So, we're happy about that. How many shows you been on me? 2 or 3?
3.
3?
So far, yeah.
Yeah. See, time flies. It's 3.
Has it been 3?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's crazy thing. I've been working with you, Bobby, for quite some time now, too.
How many years?
A handful. When I first came, I remember I walked up, like I just got back from Wisconsin. And I'm trying to find like shows and stuff. I came here for a show, and I'm like, oh, I'm here in media. Because a lot of times, like Wisconsin, you just show up and you're just, hey, I'm media. And Bobby's like, media for what? And I had to like talk to you for like 5 minutes. You're like, all right. And you threw me up on the stage. And perfect seat. Sarah Thomas, I think, fought that fight. That was a long time ago.
Oh,
that was like 2013.
Yeah.
2014.
Wow. Oh, my God. So you almost been with me for 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And then I bounced around to a lot of other shows doing other stuff and whatnot. But, yeah.
So, wait. Let me get the interview here going. So why'd you stick with Jackhammer Promotion so much?
I love the fights, man. I love the fights. To be honest, the matchups are insane. And, like, I become friends with a lot of the fighters. Like I said, Danny Ochart. Yeah. I become pretty good friends with him. We talk quite often and stuff. And not just about fighting, but, like, fly fishing. And that guy's up in Pennsylvania now living, killing streams, crushing the fish. It's awesome.
He's a good kid. Well, funny. It's funny you say that. And it's the one thing I always said about the promotion. I always said it's family, and then it's a business.
Yeah.
I said everyone realizes it's a business how I make my living, but I always treat everything like it's family. Fighters, staff, everyone family. And that's something I take pride in.
Yeah, and I've done like radio shows, if you want to call it a live stream with Numbnuts and other people and whatnot. And it's always like a wave. People come and go and whatnot. But for the most part, like if you're consistent just doing your thing like you are, like I said, one of the most consistent shows on Long Island, definitely, maybe in the tri-state area. I think it says a lot. Like you're not like over crazy production, but it's not like the fights are awesome. And that to me, that's what counts most.
No, of course. course. Definitely.
So, yeah, no, I absolutely love Jackhammer. It's fun. And it's crazy to see how much it continues to grow.
Always growing.
So, and then the fact that you bring people over from overseas, that's, I feel I'm a big believer. A lot of these guys, females, not so much the females, I feel more guys where they dodge people and they don't want to fight this person because they're in that gym and this and that. They cross train and stuff like that. And to me, it's, if you're a fighter, you're going to get in there and fight. It's amateur.
Yeah.
Let's see the best of the best fight before you turn pro and then go from there.
Well, as a trainer, that's what I always say to my fighters. Yo, if the guy's in your weight class, fight him. You're amateur, don't matter. It's a learning experience. There. Even if you win, it's still a learning experience. You lose, it's a learning experience. No matter what, it's a learning experience. So if you want to turn pro, fight him. So whenever we get called from different promoters from our state that want us to fly out, they're always like, "Oh, you want to know the guy's record? No, just tell me the weight class. I'll give you the guy."
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really care. Let them go out there and get the experience.
Because like I hear guys bicker back and forth on social media, and I pay attention to it because I find it hilarious. But I don't ever write on it or talk about it really, other than right now. But like these guys will go back and forth. Oh, my record's better than yours. They're both amateurs, but yet one's beat a bunch of soup cans, and the other one that might not have the greatest records fighting a lot better competition. So it's like, who's the real better fighter? Like, who's better fighter?
I agree with you. Yeah, like especially nowadays, I feel like fighters are cut from a different cloth. Like, you know, guys don't want to fight anyone.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to make sure they get the W, and that's it.
They want to get that money, which I get. You want to make money, but
like, you know, if you're a fighter, you got to fight. That's your job, is to fight. You know? No matter who's in front of you. I mean, I'd rather lose to a guy who's good than lose to a bum. Like, so if you fight a bum and you lose, you're done. At least if you fight someone good and you lose, hey, that guy was really good. You know, it doesn't matter then. But yeah, fight is definitely different. Everyone does it for the social media.
Oh, for sure.
Everyone does it for the gram. That's it.
For the gram. Yep,
that's it.
For the gram. Absolutely. Which drives me nuts because it's like the gram is one of those things that just keeps changing the algorithm. It's like you can't keep track and whatnot. It's just all over the goddamn place.
Well, now I also feel like fighting's getting watered down, to be honest.
I've been saying that for a while, yep.
There's just so many fighters and so many gyms, and there's just so many promotions. There's so many everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get Anthony Joshua throwing a hissy fit after he loses.
Yeah. It's like, you were supposed to win that fight? Then win it, dude. Like, that shit blows my mind. It really does.
That was the most weirdest thing in the world. Let me take the guy's belts, throw the belts on the floor, and be like, how'd you win? I'm better than you.
Should have shown it inside the cage, man, or the ring.
Oh my God, people are crazy. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys watched UFC Saturday night. I was watching it, and Usman, the champion, he's about to break a record or tie a record with Anderson Silva, I believe. And 4.5 rounds, he's about to win it, and they're talking, he's going to be the champion, this and that. Boom, head kick done, and he's out cold.
Cost me $1,100.
Oh, you put money down?
$1,100. And my buddy told me I bet on Marab, but because Marab was he was plus 140.
Okay.
Plus negative 140. So it's like
you really didn't make much from that.
So I parlayed it, and I won all the parlays, and I put Usman in the parlay, and I lost $1,100.
Son of a gun.
And my buddy was like, just bet high on Marab if you think Marab's a win. I'm like, Marab's definitely going to win. And they're like, just bet on Marab. I should just bet on Marab.
Marab looked awesome in that fight, dude. He went to town on Aldo, and his pace is just insane. Those guys over there in some of the Georgia and Russia and all those countries over there, they're just a different animal.
Well, I was to say, it's like when I tell the fighters, I'm like, you find someone from Russia, and they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, yo, that means that dude's a badass guy.
And they're coming with wrestling, that's for sure.
And he's going to be tough.
Yep. Yeah, they treat those wrestlers over, especially in Russia, like they're NFL superstars.
Yeah.
Like they know who, like, there's a couple of guys I know that were wrestling on like Olympic level, and I was talking to them, and they were saying how they're over in Russia hanging out with like some of the Russian guys because there's a tournament coming up. And they're driving, they get pulled over, and they're like, oh, it's so-and-so. And they knew this guy, like he was a superstar. They let them go and stuff and whatnot. Just different animal over there. Different animal. Ali, boxing of all sports, you could probably participate somehow with football, baseball, all these other sports. And yet here you are jumping in the ring. Like Bobby said, blood might be flying your way. What attracts you to like the sport of boxing and kickboxing, MMA?
I don't know. I've just always been a fan of it. I love watching the fights. I started boxing myself about 2 years ago. I'm not any kind of professional level because I'm not that good. But even just watching the guys out of my gym fight, I find it so fascinating because it takes the level of skill that a lot of people don't know, like the time that people put into fighting. You have to be strict. Your diet has to be strict. Your training has to be strict. So I respect it on that level. Yeah, awesome. I love it. Even though, yes, it is gory and we do get splashed with blood. The last fight, Donna and I was sitting there with our waters and we were getting splashed. There was blood in our water. Like it was, we're really getting the experience.
Yeah, can I get another, please?
But it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, the blood is. I'm sure, Bobby. I've seen a couple of your fights. There's been some blood flying around. What's I guess the worst or the most amount of like damage in a fight you've taken and like kept going? Like you saw the other night, Luke Rockhold looked like he was about to die, but kept going.
Yeah, it's rough. I fought Ronnie Clark for a title defense, and he broke my nose in round 6. He shut both my eyes, cut me open over this. I remember when we were fighting and he punched me in the nose, and it was just like, I remember like my friends were like, yo, the faces you make, and I'm like, yeah, this guy just punched me anywhere else but my nose. And I remember I went to get stitched up afterwards, and my left knuckle was like back here, so my hand looked like it was broken. It was just fractured. But so the doctor's like, oh, your hand's broken, you know. He's like, oh, we're gonna stitch you up, and then he grabbed my nose and he lined my nose, and I remember I said to him, I said, yo, you fucking do that again, I'm gonna hit you. I said, I'm in so much pain right now, and like nothing else hurt, but just the way he oh my god, I was like, oh come on.
Yeah, I hear a lot of times you're told not to do that. I don't know, it's like because one, the blood might start rushing, and
well, this
might do more damage
because I'm too stubborn. Like I went to an after fight party, and my trainer's like, you need to get stitched up. I'm like, yeah. So my girlfriend at the time, she's like, oh, let's go. She's like, we're going to the hospital. I'm like, nah, I'm going to get ice cream. I'll go to the hospital tomorrow. Yeah, but that was probably the worst. Other than that, I broke my hand one other time. Yeah, cuts and bumps and bruises don't matter.
No, I think like that night it looks like it's painful, you're cut, but I feel like you're still on adrenaline coming down. How is like the days after, the week after, even like 2 weeks after, especially taking a lot of legs to the body, stuff like that?
I tell people this all the time because I never felt pain after a fight. My last fight when I came out of retirement, first of my sparring partner, Omar, he broke my nose. The last round we were sparring, he broke my nose 2 weeks before the fight. And he's like, will you get back out? I go, nah. I said, I have to fight with a broken nose. I said, it sucked, but I had to fight with a broken nose. But after that fight, I couldn't move for 2 weeks. Like, I think that also has to do with age, too. I could not move for 2 weeks. I'm like, this. And then I just sparred for the first time in 10 months, and I couldn't move for like 3 days. I'm like, oh, my God.
That's hilarious.
I'm getting old. Old age adds up. Let me tell you,
it's a young man
sport for a reason.
I'm only 36, but like I had a beer recently, and I'm like feeling it the next day. I'm like, oh, this is awful. Damn. I'm like, I'm downhill right now. That's brutal. I guess, Allie, tell us something about you that nobody knows, but you'd like to share. I asked fighters this. Anyone I interview, I always ask everyone this question. It doesn't have to be sport related. It could be anything in your life. Something you would want to share with everyone.
That's hard. You put me on the spot. I can't think right off the bat. Something that nobody knows. I don't know, because I'm such an open book. I feel like I don't keep anything to myself. Maybe that I've trained in opera since I was 10.
Oh, wow.
Like, people know that I sing, but they don't know, like, I guess the level that I've trained on. And I performed all over the country since I was that age.
Now, when you're doing opera, are you singing like Italian, or are you actually singing in English?
All different languages.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you speak more than one language?
I don't. I understand Italian when my family speaks it.
Okay.
But I can sing in many different languages.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kyle's too nice. Like, I'm like, want you to scream.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Yeah.
Say something like, let's see.
I was just about to ask him, like, so can we get a sample?
Not today, guys. Not today.
Maybe we'll save that for November 5th or 20th.
November 20th.
Bobby, I'll ask you the same question in a second, but what does it mean to you now that you have a son, getting to bring him to your gym, kind of, you're not really training them, I assume, but like let them hit the gloves and bringing them to your shows and kind of sharing your life with them.
We just turned 4, so now and from 3 to 4, big mature level that he went through. So he kind of understands things now. You know, he has my gloves from my last fight in his room. He always shows his cousins and one of my world title belts he has in his room. I gave him, but yeah, he understands it, but he doesn't understand. I started the problem. I started him punching everything when he was young. He punches everyone in the face, and it's like it's still hard to break that habit. I mean, he's young, and he'll just punch you in the face. And like at first, I'm always like, "Yo, use your thumb out, with your thumb out." And now I'm like, "Oh, that's really bad. You can't be punching. You can't be punching people in the face."
In the schoolyard, just decking kids.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm gotta be honest. I'm really not scared because I hate to admit this, but I did see him choke his cousin out. Yeah, it was. Oh my God. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Nice little technique. How was it?
Rear naked. Yeah,
Do you have the hooks in with the legs?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what we practice. Sometimes you realize you think it's cool. Like he puts his gloves on, he goes outside, and he punches ants on the sidewalk like ground and pound. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. It's not so cool anymore. It's kind of like we gotta lay off that. We gotta lay off the
dial back a little.
Yeah. So but he's actually gonna start straight boxing with one of my fighters. I'm not gonna teach him. He's not gonna listen to me.
Oh, it's funny that you say that because a lot of people are like, I trained my son. I trained like a lot of football parents. And,
yeah.
I trained my kid and all. And they think their kid's like the next coming of Conor McGregor, John Jones, and all these guys are, Muhammad Ali. So it's kind of funny hearing that from you.
What's funny is Keith Peterson's actually here to teach him wrestling.
Okay.
A couple months. Yeah. So
a couple of my nephews train. Like on the little league team or whatever the hell you call it. And I slept with them.
Yeah, Keith's like, I'm going to be rough. I'm like, all right, that's going to be good. But I'm like, I don't know if I want him to stay with it unless he wants to stay with it, but I want him to do it, though.
Yeah. Hey, wrestling is great for, self-defense and everything else.
Of course, yeah.
So I come from a wrestling background, so.
Yeah.
I love the sport.
No, of course. I mean, he's just taught karate, too, which is I think is a good start.
He's just gonna be kicking ass and taking names.
Well, that's what I hope. I mean, he played baseball. It didn't go so well. It did not go so well, which I knew it was not going to go so well because he's more. If it was football, he probably would have done better. He's more.
He's a little anger out.
He's like a physical kid. He's not really like, hey, just standing around.
Yeah, I could see that. Standing in the outfield, just waiting for someone to hit something.
Yeah.
In Little League, what are you doing in the outfield? There's no reason.
Yeah, everyone gets up a bat. Like it was.
It's like off a T-ball.
It did not work that well.
Allie, did you play sports at all when you were a kid?
I didn't because I'm terrible at any sport. I'm not athletic at all. So no sports for me. I did dance and singing and theater.
Just a fan, though? You said you're a big Yankees fan?
Yeah, my family, they're all big Yankee fans. My uncle has like a whole memorabilia museum, we like to call it, in the basement of their house. All Yankee stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah, we're a big baseball family.
Go Yankees. They're struggling right now, but
they are.
I think they'll be fine.
They'll pull through.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Bob? You do any other sports?
Definitely not.
No?
Definitely
Were
not.
you like in high school, you didn't do any other sports?
Definitely not.
No?
I mean, in high school, I was the amateur world champion in kickboxing.
Yeah, you started at what? What did you start, like 16?
15.
15?
15, I started fighting in 10th grade, yeah.
Shit.
So, I didn't play any other sports. I'm definitely not good at any other sports.
That's funny. One of the guys I work with, he's in his 70s, but he was a teacher at Copeg. I'll have to ask you after if you know him.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he was like a science teacher or something like that. I forget.
Oh, now you kill me.
You know who your teachers were back then?
For the most part, yeah.
I remember my science teacher just because it was the same year 9/11 happened, and it was just like it stands out like it was yesterday. Other than that, I know some of them, but most of them I don't even remember.
I used to buy my U.S. history teacher muffins every day and buy him tickets to my fights so he would pass me, yeah.
Did it work?
No. Yes and no. I mean, it didn't work, and then I cursed him out, and I wound up training him. He still goes to some of the fights to this day.
Does he?
Super nice guy, yeah.
That's hilarious.
He was almost the reason I didn't graduate high school, but yeah.
Like I cursed him out.
yeah. Damn muffins every day.
That's hilarious. Take the apple and the muffin, damn it.
Oh.
That's great.
Oh.
So, Ali, what's next for you? I know Bobby's show coming up, but what do you? I know you said you're fairly new to this, so I'm trying to. How do you climb the ladder of the ring card girl union? I guess you could call it. There's probably a lot of women out there trying to do what you're doing.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of competition, I would say. But what I've done so far is just kind of stay in my own lane and not compare myself to other people or their progress. I'm always punctual. I always come prepared. I like to, like I said before, I like to present myself in a certain way. And that's been working for me. I always reach out to the promotions that I work with. And yeah, it's just been keeping me on a steady path. And that's what I'm hoping continues.
And when you're not, obviously it's not a full-time job working the cards in the ring, but what do you do for fun? Let's let everyone know watching what Ali does for fun.
Sleep and watch movies and eat.
What kind of movies?
I love scary movies, so that's my thing.
Favorite scary movie?
Probably The Ring.
The Ring?
I know that's like from a million years ago.
No, but that chick
it.
creeps me out every time. Yeah, that creeps me out for sure.
Definitely. But besides like that stuff, I love to just sit on a beach and relax, and that's pretty much what I do for fun. I'm not really like that going out person anymore. I did that in my early 20s.
Cabs here.
Yeah, I did that for a very short period. But yeah, I like to be with family too.
Cool.
Very chill.
There you go.
Yeah, very chill.
Bobby, what are you doing I feel like you're working all the time, either in the gym or
I work
or
7
promoting.
days a week, and I hang out with my son, and I like to sleep when I can.
So Rocky your son's name is Rocky, right?
Yeah.
You got it tattooed on your forearm. Is it from someone you know? Is it from the movie Rocky?
Rocky's mother's Italian, so she said, Campbell's a Scottish last name. My son needs to have an Italian first name. And her father's name's Rocco. The brother's name's Rocco. The kid's name's Rocco.
Okay.
So she said, how about Rocky? We can argue that one. We good. That's right, Rocky. Yeah.
That's awesome. It's so fitting for you.
Yeah, so fitting. Everyone thinks his name Rocky.
That's why I wasn't sure. But
it's really just because
family.
We wanted more Italian,
Sounds good.
Yeah. Because Campbell's definitely a Scottish last
name. That's not Italian at all.
Yeah. It's actually funny was when I signed my boxing contract, they asked me what nationality it was. I said I'm Scottish and Italian. They go, Campbell's not Italian. Oh, it would make you Irish. I'm like, I'm not Irish. And I go, no, it'll make you Irish.
Make you Irish. Today everyone's Irish.
Wait, what?
At least one day a year.
Oh.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty cool though, because like a lot of people I know did think it's just from the movie Rocky, but I wasn't sure.
It has nothing to do with that. It just fits perfect, and so it's great.
Badass.
And his name's Rocky. It's not Rocco. It's Rocky.
It's Rocky. Yeah, there's no Rocco.
It's Rocky. Yeah.
No O at the end.
No O at the end. That's Rocky. Some people call him Rocco. I'm like, no, it's Rocky.
You should throw an O at the end of Campbell.
Yeah. Oh man.
What else we got on that fight card? You got the main event you want to tell us a little bit about?
So that was the Dominic versus Dominic fight. We also have Joe Simmons making his return. If you know Joe Simmons is a fan favorite, and he was the former champion. He lost the belt to Anthony Delamo, who turned pro from MMA, turned pro. So the belt is vacant now. So the plans for Joe Simmons is to get a couple wins and then fight for the belt again. So awesome. I'm very excited about Joe Simmons' return. Also, Joe Simmons is at the gym at my gym training now too. So he's cross training at my gym. So I hope for a big return. It should be a big night for Joe Simmons, I think. And I'm looking forward to that. Awesome.
Yeah, same here. I've seen him fight in the past. Like you said, definitely a fan favorite.
Yeah.
So that should be a good one.
He brings a crowd. He brings a rowdy crowd. You haven't seen this guy fight. He brings a rowdy crowd. That's for sure. He brings a crowd, and it's funny because he's like the most respectful kid I ever met. He really is.
Yeah.
He's a really good kid too. Yeah. So I hope for big things for him on September 18th.
Gotta love a good rowdy crowd, right?
Yeah,
Insane.
Insane. It's funny because you talked about sometimes you get ring card girls from strip clubs. Back in the day when I first started doing promotions, we used to always have after fight parties at the strip club, and they used to bring the ring card girls. And sometimes I would have to yell at them like, "Yo, I can't have these girls. There's kids here. Like, they gotta put something on." And it'd be like so like awkward. And then I phased out from doing after fight parties at the strip clubs. I'm like, nah, it's too much. But it used to be easy. They brought the girls, never had to supply the girls. But sometimes you'd be like, oh my God, no, you cannot have these girls. Yeah.
I think one of the first times I did a show upstate with the after party, the girls were strippers, and then the after party was at the strip club. They were a sponsor. And I'm laughing because you got all the like couple of judges and the refs and in there, and they're falling in love with the strippers and stuff. And it's like 4 a.m. They're trying to go home with the girl and stuff. It's hysterical, but it was a whole different
it's crazy
level. Like,
were you at the after fight party for English Invasion 1?
I stayed for a little bit when I was here, and then
that was English Invasion 2. English
Invasion
right. 1, we had the after fight party at McCann's, and you know me, I'm very close to them. So I don't know what happened. This is where we came up with the Olympics, with the beer Olympics.
The after party Olympics.
Yeah, and we just started like with England. We were doing everything: arm wrestling contests, chug contests, push-up contests. Finally, McCann's kicked us out. They're like, "Wow, you gotta leave. This is getting too rowdy." So we went to the strip club, and all the English people at the strip club. That was funny.
I could imagine that.
It was a long night. That's why I don't do that anymore. That's why when people go where the after fight party is, I go, I'm going to get my son. That's my after fight party.
That's hysterical. It's true though. Like, I don't go to any of these after parties anymore. It's the next, or at least especially your show.
Yeah.
Like, I got work the next day. And yeah, some of these after show parties. It's when you first start, like, it's a great way to get to meet the fighters and stuff, like, and the coaches, the promoters and stuff.
Yeah.
But after that, like, it starts becoming wild and stuff, and gets rowdy.
I used to do it all the time. After fight party, it was back to after fight party, after fight party. And then after a while, people always say something to me. I'm like, yo, I got old. I go, it's not for me anymore. You can have an after fight party. Yeah. It's just not going to be there.
I feel like it's more of like a Vegas thing. If you're in Vegas or New York City, if you could go to a bar afterwards, it's just not going to close.
Yeah.
I think that's the ideal situation for it. But around here, like, everyone's got to drive. Like, I'm going to go hammer a bunch of beers and drive. I'm not doing that.
I mean, but now that we talked about this, and now we're going to have to do the Beer Olympics, because USA does have the Beer Olympics trophy hanging up in my gym right now.
That's true. So maybe we'll have to just do it here after.
That's what we did.
And then I'll Uber home.
That's what we did the one time. Yeah. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Got to break that out again. Yeah.
Absolutely. But hey, for those who can't come to the fights, first, how can we get tickets to the fights?
You get tickets by calling 631-645-6488. So that's 631-645-6488 for tickets. Or you can watch it on live stream, on live pay-per-view on jackhammerfights.com. That's jackhammerfights.com. Not Jackhammer Promotions, jackhammerfights.com. Some people get that confused.
I think that's clear. If you didn't get it after that,
if you want me to spell it out, it might take me a while.
If you didn't get it after that, then you got issues on your own end. I'm looking forward to this fight. It should be a good one. Like, you just listed off a bunch of awesome fights coming up. Any potential we will see you back in this fall, November 20th, maybe against someone from England?
I mean, it's all said and done. I mean, there's no line. I mean, Gary Hamilton, if we're going to fight, we're going to fight. You messaged me. You told me you wanted to fight. You said it's time to finally get it done. I messaged you back. I told you, what weight class? You told me to talk to your trainer. I mean, enough is enough. I don't like to be the bad guy, but if you want to be the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, you know my number, and I'll fly you out. You know how it is. And that's a fight that I want. It's a fight that you want. It's a fight that you know you want. And it's a fight that I want. It's a fight everyone wants. So he's from Northern Ireland, so we can make that happen.
He's from Northern Ireland. The southern part's the better part.
That's the only way I'm coming out of retirement is for Gary Hamilton.
There you go.
How about now I'm going to stick to eating cannoli.
Was he from Belfast?
He's from Belfast, the Belfast kid, yeah. He's by far badass. Fucking, he's a beast.
Well, it's a shithole up there. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. So you have to be a beast.
Northern Ireland is just a shithole.
I didn't even know they had a different flag.
Oh yeah, it's not the same country.
It looks
Northern
like,
Ireland's part of England.
Yeah, it looks like an
Where
English flag.
Ireland is the southern part.
See,
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, that's Irish. That's a big rivalry.
Big, yeah.
Oh, huge rivalry.
Huge.
Northern Ireland's Protestant, Southern Ireland's Catholic. They hate each other.
See, I don't know any of this stuff. But Gary Hamilton, you listen. Let's just close the deal. Let's make it happen. Whatever weight you want to make it, we can make it work.
There you have it, dude. I don't know what else you need to say. Just call Bobby, get a ticket, and fly your ass over here. I think it has to happen November 20th.
I don't know November 20th because you're a badass and I need more time, and I'm sure you need more time because I know you like 200 pounds now, so you got to get a little lower.
We'll cut his legs off.
Yeah.
Knee down.
But also November 20th, we're going to have English Invasion 4. And Allie's going to be singing the national anthem. She's laughing, but we're going to work on that. We're also going to have a promo. Maybe we'll have Allie do some mitt work with me at the gym or something for a promo.
There you go. Nice. I like it. Yeah. She'll sing first, then hit the mitts. Or hit the mitts while singing.
You guys
that might be some talent. Right yeah, that's some talent right there.
That would be some serious talent right there. Tell us, Allie. What is your biggest fear when you get in there as a ring girl, or just in general? Like, do you hate heights?
Probably tripping.
Tripping?
Yeah. I'm knock on wood. It hasn't happened yet, but that's a big thing because we are in heels. So either tripping or like slipping when there's blood on the
floor. Oh
yeah, in the ring, stuff like that. But it hasn't happened yet. So
knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
And it will
right?
not happen. I'll make sure it does not happen.
Awesome. Bobby, what's one thing about you nobody knows, but you would like to share with everyone?
Well, we're talking about movies. I might have said this right. The Bodyguard is like my favorite movie.
Dude, love that movie.
I love that movie.
Such
the
a good one.
Bodyguard is like
Kevin Costner and what was that, Whitney Houston?
Whitney Houston. Oh
yeah,
my God.
great movie.
I love that movie. So if you're wondering, that movie, like, it's like my favorite.
That is a great movie. Absolutely. You guys got one like comedy, or you guys are comedy guys at all?
Yeah, I like comedy movies.
Just everything out there. You guys ever see the movie Out Cold?
No.
Oh, what year were you born?
92.
Oh, all right. I was going to say you might be. Because some of the guys I work with, they're like, born in 2003. I'm like, what? The movie came out as Zach Galifianakis' like first movie, and they're like snowboarding. It's just a stupid comedy. But I got it one year for Christmas, and I love the fucking movie. It's just stupid humor, that's all. Awesome. Bobby, you got any crazy stories from when you were a fighter or training? Anything? You got anything nuts happen while you were a fighter?
I mean, I got a million stories. I mean, I did fight for a long time. I have a million stories.
Indeed.
But, you know what's crazy? First time I fought at Madison Square Garden, I shared a dressing room with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Oh, cool.
And so his father was in the dressing room. So, like, you talking about, like, Kyle, where you are, that's Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. sitting there. And I'm like, by the camera. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm starstruck. Like, like, oh, my God, this is crazy. And to this day, they're blasting Mexican music, by the way. But no one else is saying anything. I mean, how can you say, Julio Cesar Chavez, what I mean? You can't say
he can do what he wants.
Yeah, he can do what he wants. But to this day, like, I never took a picture with him because I was, like, getting ready for my fight,
Yeah.
But I fought Genius Mendez, who at Madison Square Garden, he was trained by Floyd Mayweather Sr. So I got to be in the ring with Floyd Mayweather Sr. So that was a really
That's pretty cool.
Experience. I was more like starstruck over that than the fight. Look who's standing right there.
Absolutely.
Should be more focused on the fight.
You ever sometimes feel like when you were fighting and training, like didn't take enough time to step back and be like, wow, this is what I'm doing for a living, kind of look where I'm at? Especially fighting in Madison Square Garden, not the Hulu Theater, the actual garden.
Yeah, there's times like now I like look back and I look at like videos and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. Or when I talk about like I did an interview in the UK, they did a podcast with me and they were talking about all my world title defenses, and I'm like, yeah, I held a record for the most world title defenses. I had 5 world title defenses in 24 months. That's like unheard of. Against 5 top-ranked guys. Like, I never fought anyone that wasn't ranked. Never fought anyone that wasn't from a different country. I always fought everyone from a different country. Like, so at that time, I was in, I want to say, like 2010 to 2014, I was like, man, I was in my prime. I don't know how old I was, but I was in my prime. I was like, I was knocking everyone out, beating everyone. I was like, yeah. Now I look back at it, I wish I would have lived it a little more.
That's pretty cool, though. Like the experiences, like talking to you, Bobby, and it's funny because you're very like humble, quiet guy. Just kind of do your thing, do your show, but you're not running around like a nut job.
No, I mean, funniest thing is this: Kyle called me 7-time world champ before, and it's actually 10-time. But
my apologies. My apologies.
Because I was humble. I was too humble to correct him.
10-time. My apology. That's crazy. How many different weight classes do you have a title in?
I have three world titles, 3 weight classes in world championships, but I also hold national titles in 8 different weight classes. 8 different weight classes.
Damn.
118 to 160 pounds.
Oof.
Man. Wow. Yeah. That's just crazy. But yeah, I remember that's a long fight career. From 1998 I fight. You were born in what?
92.
92. I've been fighting when she was 6 years old.
Jeez.
That's, I gotta admit, I feel real old right now. Real old. I just said that. She was 6 years old. She was in like 2nd grade or 1st grade, and I was fighting. Yeah.
That's nuts. That's so cool, though. What are the goals for Jackhammer, Bobby? What do you want to do with Jackhammer in the future?
We're gonna keep running Jackhammer. Eventually, we want to do more international shows. That's where it's at. Before COVID, we had a team from Chile coming, which is also of an international show, and that got canceled. So now it's hard. But we also have connections with Poland, connections with Scotland, connections with Ireland on bringing teams over. So if we get Ireland, Scotland, and Poland over, that'd be great for our promotion, you know what I mean, and start doing our own world championships, instead of just like Jackhammer Promotion Championship, we'll start doing, U.S. titles, Europe titles, and start fighting for world titles. And
badass. Bobby, I feel like you gotta have like your own podcast. I know for a while you were doing a YouTube show where you're selling with toys, vintage toys.
Yeah. So during COVID, me and my son came up with a YouTube channel. We came up with opening vintage toys, and then we did a podcast with my brother. My brother still talks about it. I just don't have the time now.
That's the thing.
I was working,
time consuming.
I was working 7 days a week, and then I was working none. So I was like, you got to do something. But now I don't have the time for it. But yeah, and the funniest thing is I did Rocky's Rooms, all vintage toys, and now that he turned 4, like he got older now he understands, and like he's a toy addict now. So I made a big mistake once again.
I'm still a toy addict.
I mean, my son is obsessed. It's like crazy, and I'm like, oh, I'm the one who did this to him. I'm like, damn it, yeah. But yeah, it's cool though. It's definitely cool to share things with him. I share my childhood with him, so it's awesome.
Do you got a vintage Chuck Norris, like G.I. Joe?
We got a vintage Chuck Norris. Yeah,
I saw one at the National, the sports convention down in AC. They wanted like $25,000 for it. Still in the package and stuff, signed. But Chuck Norris, little G.I. Joe figure.
Oh wow!
I'm like, this is pretty badass.
That's crazy. Every time someone comes over my place, and I'm like, they look at his room, and I'm like, yo, I see that shelf right there? I said, buy Rocky his first car, and it's WWF LJNs from the 80s, and those things are like, some of them like $1,000 out of the package. So I'm like, yo, I said, buy him his first car. People think I'm crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm dead serious. I said, buy him his first car.
That's the business I'm in. Like, I work for someone who does sports collectibles, sports cards, and memorabilia, and we're selling $10,000 cards, $5,000 cards.
Crazy.
There's also $1 and $2 cards. That's the majority of them like $40-$50 and stuff. But yeah, the price of these things are insane. Like, no, I'm not spending $1,000 on a goddamn toy or a card. But people will. They spend ridiculous, insane amount of money on sports cards.
It's crazy. Well, I tell my son every time, I'm like, all right, where you want to go today? He's like, vintage toy store, vintage toy store. I'm like, you want to go to Target? No, vintage toy store. I'm like, oh my God. And after a while, taking them to the vintage toy store, that costs a lot of money.
Oh, I believe it. They're not cheap. That's for sure.
No. Like, oh my God.
And anyone selling it knows what it's worth. It's up there.
Which is a nightmare. Yeah.
You collect anything, Allie?
I I don't.
No
No.
purses, shoes.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, I'm like a purger. I like to get rid of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get it and get rid of it.
Basically,
comes through?
yes. I
All
keep
right.
it for a little bit and then I get rid of it.
There you go.
No. I bought one of my ex-girlfriends a Louis Vuitton bag. You know how much those things cost?
I don't even want to know.
You're not like I'm like, yo, I just spent almost $5,000 on a pocketbook.
5,000?
Where are you wearing this thing?
Yeah.
Where did it come with?
Well, I might start robbing purses and emptying it out and like, here's your insides. I'm taking the purse.
Yo, the worst, I would go to the Louis Vuitton store, and I would go there, from the gym, so I'll be in sweatpants and a hoodie. And like everyone like there is in suits and stuff, and they're like looking at me, and I'm like buying this bag in cash, and they're like looking at me, and I'm like, I'm good, I'm good, I'm all right. I'm like, I should not be here buying a freaking pocketbook.
Did they wrap it for you at least?
They did, of course.
Like in a box and then wrapping paper?
No, just.
I'm like, you better wrap that motherfucker. Like
the box. I told the girl, I said, you don't throw that box away. That box is like $400.
Sell a box on eBay later.
Don't throw that box away.
It was the purse.
I'm gonna give you the receipt with it. That paper is like $20.
That's insane. Yeah, that's crazy. To me, I'm like, I've never been like a jewelry person or anything like that, or even buying like I'll buy gifts for like anyone I've dated, but I'm not like spending 5 G's on a goddamn purse.
Oh
like you got to hit the lottery before you get in that shit.
Oh my god, yeah, nightmare.
I'd rather spend the money on like do something, go away for a weekend and shit like that, like something you could do with the person.
Yeah.
If you're bringing, otherwise, if I'm buying a $5,000 bag, I'm like, fill everything in that thing. Let's go. We're taking it.
Yeah.
So it's not. There's no safe in the house. Let's bring it.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. Al, you got any sponsors or anything? Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I've been working with USA Boxing for a while, so give them a shout out. They're like my family now. Shout out to my gym, FC Chaos. I love you guys. Shaolin Gym in Staten Island. They're really good supporters. Damas. They're my boys.
And Johnny, oh man, they become a big crowd. Oh, I forgot because Staten Island,
Yeah, Staten Island's so small, everybody kind of knows each other. So I met them through, like
there you go.
the whole boxing, MMA,
cool.
kickboxing world. Yeah. So.
Oh, so what's your input on their 2 fights? There you go. Boy.
Well, I hope they win. I mean, let's say that, or they're gonna win. They're gonna win.
Straight up. I love how it wasn't even like a objective like answer. She's like, well, I hope they do well and work hard. No, they're gonna win.
Earlier today, she said, well, I'm even.
Neutral.
Yeah,
neutral. Now she's not neutral for those 2 fights.
Not for
Staten Island.
So fuck that Staten Island all the way.
No, well, the last fight, there was a whole group of guys from Staten Island. They were young kids. I don't know who their guy was.
Might have been Johnny or one of Johnny's fighters.
Might be one of Johnny's fighters.
I think it was one of his fighters. And they were like giving me all the love all night because they know, Staten Island.
Ah,
of course.
Oh, so you get a lot of love because they're both fighting. They own the gym together. Yeah.
There you go. Really I remember interviewing Johnny like years ago when he first started. It's amazing how far some of these guys have come.
Yeah. I like Johnny. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Even some of the girls that have fought, like, Jesus Christ, I'm forgetting her name. She's getting a title fight in Invicta. I was interviewing her when she was still an amateur and stuff. And here she is.
Jill, right?
Jillian, yeah. Jesus. Jillian DeCourcy. Now she's getting a title fight and whatnot, which is awesome. So it's cool to kind of see how people progress and whatnot and who sticks with it and who doesn't.
I was to train with Chris Wade, and Chris Wade fought on my show a couple times. He fought at Big House on my show. When I was to the shows in Big House, Chris Wade fought on that show. Like, you never know who's fighting on the show.
Yeah. Chris Wade, I feel bad for him, man. Just wasn't able to put it together the other night. Great guy. I wrestled with him in high school. He's a high school wrestling teammate. And he was a beast in high school, that kid. Yeah. He was state champ, and brothers were state champs. But, yeah, he was a good guy, always humble. And
of course,
Yeah, big fan of Chris Wade. Absolutely. Bobby, I know you got sponsors. You want to shout them out?
We also want to shout out Sal the Barber, one of our longest sponsors. Squid Graphics. Funny, I was on the phone with him before. He does all our things. Now we have Alaquinta now, who sponsors the show. Yeah. Former UFC title contender. So that's great. But yeah, Spit the Truth Clothing. So my gym, Campbell's. If you're in Kobe, come train me. Make sure you set up your appointment. way in advance because I'm booked. But set it off.
Awesome. Anyone else you want to write? That's it? Good?
That's it. You know?
Awesome.
Carroll's Corner. There we go.
I know you guys so many connections. You've been around forever. That's what I was wondering.
Yes, I forget sometimes. I tell you, as I get older, I forget things.
Absolutely. But hey, Bobby, it's always been a pleasure working with you, doing the shows and commentating them. I have a blast. Although I might have killed you after the last one, but yeah, no, it's an absolute blast. Like I think we've in the past we had Kelly Boyle chug a beer out of a goddamn trophy we had in there.
Yeah.
I think I might get the ring girls this time to chug a drink or adult beverage out of the trophy.
That's it. Yeah.
People love seeing that stupid shit.
That video got a lot of views.
Yeah. People love that stuff.
They do. People love anything, right? It's
craziness. Yeah. Like now the UFC, they're all doing shoeies. I hope they're brand new shoes because I'm not drinking anything out of anyone's shoe. That's fucking gross.
That is gross.
Your athlete's foot down your throat.
Yeah.
No thanks. No thanks. Oh shit. Well, hey guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Anything you guys want to say before we sign off?
Do you guys want to see Ali sing the national anthem on November 20th? I think that would be a good touch for the show when England's here. If you guys agree, let me know. Or let Kyle know. Let Ali know. Let someone know. Actually, let Ali know because that'll make her do it. So,
Bobby, social media handles.
You can find us at Jackhammer.promotions on Instagram, Bobby_Jackhammer_Campbell on Instagram. Go to that one because once again, I really just run.
It's a one-man show.
Yeah, I'm a one-man show. So, or Bobby Campbell on Facebook. I have a TikTok. I don't know how to use it. And, I don't plan on learning how to use it, to be honest.
I'll help you with that. I'm just learning too.
Ali, how about you?
My Instagram is at Ali Sar, ALISORR, and my TikTok is Ali Lauren Sar. So you can find me there.
There you have it. TikTok.
I'm just learning it.
You do videos and
I know I try to use TikTok every now and then, but I'm like, yeah, I'll do it every day, and it's like once a month.
But then you post the same video to your Facebook.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So to me, it's like, why am I doing both?
It's like Twitter. I got a Twitter too. I think I do.
I got a Twitter. I like Twitter for other reasons, for football reasons, and it's entertaining. I try not to be too aggressive on there, but
what do you do on there?
What's that?
What do you do on Twitter?
I really don't comment on too much. I'll post like stupid funny videos. That's mostly what I post.
That's Twitter.
Or Twitter. Yeah, I tweet. Or I tweet like football videos and stuff I like. But that's about it. And then MMA stuff, like articles and stuff. But
people don't use Facebook. You don't use Facebook. You're too young.
I used to.
No, I used to have it, but I feel like it's too.
You're too young.
Facebook, yeah, the young crowd, man, they don't even use it at all.
I like Facebook. It's very easy to use.
Send.
Very easy to use.
Absolutely.
You want to message me on Facebook. It's easier.
Oh, shit. Well, also, this podcast is brought to you by MyMMAnews.com. Make sure you check out the articles. Your number one source for MMA news. They've been around since 2014. Eric Colwell is the owner, and he does a phenomenal job. He's out of Pennsylvania. Myself and a handful of other writers. There's probably 30-plus writers now on the website from being two people, myself and Eric. But that thing's exploded. I think it's a top 10 website now, which is awesome. Yeah. So check that out. It's got lots of stuff going on, a lot of interviews, UFC coverage, and lots of regional coverage, which I think is much better sometimes than the national shit. Yeah, absolutely. And then, and then check out Carroll's Corner MMA podcast, and then MMA Tees, where you could get a T-shirt. There's lots of other fighters with T-shirts on there. Check that out. And then big thank you to Mulcahy's Pub and Concert Hall. We appreciate everything they're doing for us and allowing us to do the podcast here today. It's been an absolute pleasure to sit here with Ali and Bobby. Bobby, I respect immensely what he does, and Ali, I'm just getting to know. It's been an absolute pleasure. So, guys, check them out on social media. Follow them. Support Jackhammer Promotions. Tune in if you can't show up to the show. Tune in. You'll hear myself, and I'm not sure who'll be joining me this time, but join us as you can hear us on the pay-per-view on jackhammerfights.com. So I'm Kyle Carroll alongside Allie and Bobby, and we are signing off.